Okay, I'm starting.
Okay. I'll put away my knitting.
Oh, I set the thing up wrong. Okay.
Oh.
No, actually, I'm gonna leave it like that because it shows more of the table.
The table.
Yeah. So. And I think we're in frame. I think I said I had both of these. This is fun because we're trying something new, and just like starting the first thing, it might be a little rough. That's okay.
Yeah. Winging it on a new playlist.
New playlist, and we are we got some ideas for this, and we kind of bounced around and built off of that. And my face is gonna itch because I'm on screen. We're calling this the VSC for right now. We might modify this as we go.
Oh yeah, it'll probably change 5 times.
Virtual shopping channel. We had someone suggest Sun Dragon Convenience because that's based off of QVC, and we like it, but we already since this is not a channel, but although we have channel in the name of this, whatever. This is part of our Sun Dragon Sideshow channel, cause it's us, and we're gonna try showing you some things we like here in the shop to see if you'd like them, because we have free shipping right now for the foreseeable future while we are all trying to hunker down. So, you had the idea, Liz. Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't watch the main sideshow,
what? People would do that?
people might just be discovering us for the first time.
That's true. It's
Go
so
watch
cool.
the other one too. What? We're closing in on 330 subscribers, which for us is very cool. So yay. I'm Rebecca. I am the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
And I'm Liz. I'm the minion at Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina. Minion is my self-given title because
Yeah, people go, oh. When I call her the minion, I'm like, I didn't call her that.
No, employee says there's way more responsibility than I want. So
we are doing the VSC for right now. It's like the Home Shopping Network, or QVC, which we found out stands for what?
Quality Value Channel.
Quality Value Convenience.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
it was the
QVC.
The QVC thing. This is our version of QVC. Kathleen Walsh, one of our knitters.
We miss you.
We miss you. But we saw you on Virtual Knit Night, which, by the way, we are doing. Contact us for info about that. We're doing it tonight, which is Friday. She says, QVC that for me. So your idea, Liz, was that we start off with a notion and a yarn that we like. We have new stuff in the shop, and we will be showing that off soon. But this is our test run. So you can contact us if you would like anything along this, and I'm going to try to splice in some pictures of colorways and things like that as I can. And I have just dropped the deposit on going online shopping, like being able to set up an online shop. So look for that soon. Somehow I doubt we're going to get it done today.
Yeah.
But look for that soon. So there could be a way that I can start putting links under here to where you can just click a button and buy from us, and we will ship to you. So as long as I can make it to the post office, I'll be shipping. All right, Liz, why don't you kick it off? Would you like to do a notion or a yarn first?
Well, I think I'll do a notion first.
Ooh. Okay.
So these are our Lykke hooks for crochet. I figured I'd start with a crochet one.
And I get to start with a knitting one.
Yeah.
Because those were our first crafts.
Yeah. These, and Lykke is probably not how you actually pronounce the Norwegian name.
It's our, bastardization of it.
Yeah, it's like IKEA. It sells. So
even if I try to pronounce it the correct way, it's gonna sound weird.
Yeah.
So Lykke.
So I love my Lykke hooks. I don't knit with wood needles. They don't move fast enough for me. But for crochet, I like a nice slippy wood. And these, you probably can't see them, and we might get pictures on the end.
I might try zooming in on some of these. We're gonna see how my editing skills go.
The thing I like, well, one of the things I like about Lykke hooks is at the bottom they have the letter, the millimeters, and what size knitting needle they equate
they correspond to. Yeah.
So if you're wanting to continue a crocheted edge or something on like a knit piece, and I'm using whatever size needles, you can instantly find your hook that matches that same gauge.
Yeah, well, and so Lykke hooks, Lykke needles, when we first brought those in, before we brought the hooks in, I would describe them to knitters as you have the feel of wood, the warmth that some people like, but almost the slickness of metal because of the nice varnish on them.
They're wonderfully slick for crochet. And the other thing, two other things I like, is they've got a fantastic point for punching through your work. Like, you know, if you can't find that last chain and when you're joining a chain together, you can just punch through it very easily.
That's something that metal hooks often don't have, as a pointy edge. So almost as slick as metal, but you get the pointy edge.
And they don't have a thumb divot.
Which threw me at first. I went, I'm not going to like that. That's weird. I need a place to put my thumb. If you check out my intro crochet video, I will talk about the thumb divot. Plug for my other channel, Sun Dragon Tips and Tricks.
Yeah. I find I twist my hooks and when I'm crocheting, so having a thumb divot that's like you have to put your thumb here or it feels really awkward. Like these are like holding a pencil. So
yeah, you can just roll them and move them.
Roll them, move them.
I thought that was so weird when I first started, and now they're my favorite hook as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. We even have them in variety packs. So we sell them individually, and then you can get them as a whole set that runs, I believe, from an E up to like a K or an L.
No, it's an M.
It's an M?
It's an M.
Well, that's the M you have right there.
This is
right?
an M I have right here.
There was an M in the set?
There's an M in the set.
She would know better than me. It's all good.
Because M is a 9mm hook. I love it.
All right, so that was the crochet one. And this is our favorite needle in the shop for circular needles. These are the ChiaoGoo red lace needles. And the reason we love these so much, they are our best seller. They are not our most expensive needle. That tends to be our Addies, which we love. The reason we love these, so they are metal. Why am I saying wood? Getting going this morning. They are metal, but they're not as slippery as Addies, which can be good for people who are like, metal's so slippery, I don't know. They have a little stick to them, but not a lot. They have the lace points. I like pointy needles. I really like
the
pointy
points
needles.
On the ChiaoGoo needles.
And then this, I'm holding it right now so you can see. This is why we love them. This is a 40-inch. This is the longest one we carry in stock in the shop. And it comes out of the package like that. Like ready to go. No what we call memory. Which if you are a knitter, you will know that things that come in the package will...
Here, I'll get a package real quick.
I was just thinking we should get a package and show you what they look like when they have the memory. No memory in these. So, because they actually have, the red lace refers to the cable, the red part of it, I should say. There's an actual steel cable in here instead of just plastic. And so the flexibility, stability, oh my gosh, it's fantastic. So Liz is finding us a comparable 40-inch cord that is not this.
These are Addies.
Addies, which are more expensive and are beautiful needles, and we love them. However, I mean, I can show you
they're slicker than snot on a doorknob.
I'm working on a 60-inch cable for a wedding blanket I'm making, and it is like all up in my face. And so that one coming out of the package, see how it corkscrews like that? And when you go to knit with it, your stitches are on that, and it can be in your face, and it is obnoxious. The slipperiness of the Addies can compensate for that in terms of people still liking them and still wanting to use them. But almost every other needle we have is going to have memory. This will not, so it's wonderful. And like I said, it's not quite as slick here, so I think it's still, it's like a nice compromise between everything. So
I wish that they sold Addy Slick with ChiaoGoo points and ChiaoGoo cables. Yeah. Like if ChiaoGoo would, do that super slick
copyright and stuff, but if we could merge them all,
I would be
So we could talk forever about all of this, but let's switch to a couple of yarns that we like, that we enjoy, that we think would be cool. So Liz, why don't you kick us off?
Okay. My absolute favorite, because it is the softest, oh my gosh, ever, is Baby Butts and Unicorn Kisses, or the Puyu by Amano. Aini is the other
Aini's
yarn.
another line of yarn from them.
Yeah.
Amano, awesome yarn company from Peru. They do all their work down there. They're known for their alpaca. It's fantastic.
This is 70% baby alpaca and 30% silk. It's a chainette with the alpaca in there. And it is, oh my gosh, the softest yarn. Like, we have the Aini is silk. Yeah,
right
this
here.
is
Look
right
at
here.
the colors.
The Aini is the same same content, but it's twisted.
Totally different construction.
It's twisted and it's soft. It's wonderfully soft, but it doesn't feel like unicorn kisses.
And
like,
baby butts.
And baby butts. Yeah, it's just... And since I am crocheting, or, demonstrating crochet stuff, hooks and whatnot, I brought over the crocheted sample, and it's a scarf made out of 2 of them, and it is just so super... It's lightweight and warm and just, so snuggly. Like, I would love a blanket made out of this.
I just had to grab it real quick. I showed this off in one of our
Early videos.
sideshow on cables.
Yeah.
This is that same stuff knit. It took 2.5 skeins to make the Pearl Soho's Cozy Cabled Cowl. And it's so soft and so wonderful. And a great quick knit if you want a quick project, or if you're a slower knitter, or something you can get through without it taking a million years. Yeah. So wonderful.
Wonderful.
We've got a lot of blacks and grays and browns, a lot of natural neutral tones. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. So the yarn I picked to kick this off with is Bush Dawson. Bush is a Canadian yarn company, and we absolutely love them. They're fairly new. They're probably about 3 or 4 years old. Dawson, so I should start with, one of the first yarns we got in from Bush was Rapture, which is 2 of the 3 colors in this sweater I keep holding up in the sideshow. And Rapture, so it's a 50% llama and 50% merino. It's so soft. It's got the softness of a camelid, we would say, of a llama or alpaca, but the merino adds some structure so that you can make a sweater out of it. If I made a sweater out of just llama, it'd be a dress within who knows how long. The weight of it would pull it really hard. Yeah. So Rapture was one of the first yarns we got in. It's worsted weight, so it's a medium weight. And then they came out with Dawson, and Dawson is a little chunkier. It technically is more of a chunky. And I said, well, we've already got Rapture. Oh, okay, here's the 2 of them side by side. Thank you, Liz. You're welcome. This one's a little thinner, the Rapture, and a little tighter twist to it. And it's wonderful and soft. And I said, Dawson, it's the same fiber content. I don't need that. I already have the Rapture. And then we brought it in. And I was so happy with it because the looser twist on it, the looser ply to it, is so much softer. And it's just a little bigger. Colors
are a little different.
Yeah, different color palette. Yeah. Different color palette. I'll try to splice in a picture of the color palette. We'll take a photo from the wall. The hats, the Fair Isle hats that I made for my parents a couple years ago for Christmas, I made out of this. And even knitting on a smaller needle than is recommended for the Fair Isle, so you don't see the stranding, which I could even show you. Oh, he's bald. The stranding on the other side of the color work, it's still really soft and really wonderful. And I bet my parents could give testimonials about how wonderfully soft this is. So we have this example in the shop. We could make a kit for you if you want. I have done one of my cabled cozies, mug cozies that we did a class on in the shop out of this because it's a chunky, so it will work. It's a light chunky, but it's a chunky yarn or bulky yarn. I love this teal color. The camera may not pick up on it, but it's got little flecks of green in it, so it's so
it's a very beautiful heathered almost heathered yarn.
It's really nice. Let's see. Like all the colors are heathered. That's an excellent. I love heathers because it gives a little bit of definition to the yarn.
Light.
It's not as flat.
Yeah.
Great stitch definition. This one has 165 yards for 100 grams. And how much did the baby butts have?
The baby butts and unicorn kisses, or Puyu as it's supposed to be
Actually
called,
titled.
is 50 grams for 82 yards.
Okay. So that's an example of how different thicknesses or weights of yarn can have different amounts of yardage fitting into the same amount of like if you put it on a scale. So yours is 50 grams.
Yep.
And how many yards?
82.
82. Okay. And part of that is the chainette. Like the maybe almost as much yardage on two of those, which would be 100 grams as this. But the chainette is lofty and fluffy. Doesn't weigh a lot, but it's really thick and warm because it's being described to us as like a down coat.
It acts like down. The little hairs trap air bubbles. And so you want to make it on a bigger needle with the chainette. You want to
you don't want to
tighten it,
starve off that ability to trap oxygen within it.
Yeah.
So bigger needles are better with the chainette lofty yarns. That goes for any chainette.
Yeah. I've done the Dawson on like 10 and a half. I made a hat.
She always goes bigger than what it says. I think it recommends a 9 on here, but you always go bigger.
I always go bigger, and it's one of my favorite cozy hats. Yeah. In fact, I think I paired it with this. For the brim, just so I had a brim, and then it's so cozy.
So, yeah, this stuff is awesome. I'm a big fan. So, contact the shop if any of this interests you. If you want us to set you up with a project, it doesn't have to be one that we showed you. It could be that we can invent something for you, or you can always do detective work on Ravelry yourself, Ravelry.com. If you haven't discovered that yet as a now stay-at-home knitter and crocheter, which I hope is what you're doing, then you really should, because it is this awesome catalog of like everything that's out there. I call it Facebook for knitters and crocheters. Free to join.
Facebook, it's like Facebook, Pinterest, and
all these things.
Pattern books. There are 900,000 patterns.
I'm sure there's other ways to find patterns, but that is the one that we tend to use the most. So, you have free patterns, pay patterns, what have you. We can always send you patterns from Ravelry. We can print them for you. We can put them in your Ravelry library if you are a Ravelry customer, or if you have a membership. That's So we're gonna try to keep these rolling. Maybe do a couple a week, maybe more if we have time or energy. We were so tired at the end of the day yesterday; it did not happen. So let us know what you would like to see, and we will put it on the list. I cannot guarantee, just like with my tips and tricks tutorials, I have a list going. We can't guarantee we'll pop it out the next day, but we'll put it on the list and try to get to it. So we want to stay connected with you all. We want to support you, and we are hoping you can support us if you're able. Support monetarily is fantastic, buying our stuff, but just sharing love right now is I think so important. Having connection. So, I'm gonna get all sappy if I keep going. So, we love you all out there. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want. Give us feedback, and we'll work with you on that. Okay. So, bye for now from the VSC Virtual Shopping Channel. And if anyone, we'll see.
we might change that, so
So you might look back on this video after we've done a bunch more and go, "What's that VSC?"
Yeah, it's the virtual shopping channel for today.
For today, every day has a new normal, so we'll see. Bye. Bye.